Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here, and today we're looking at Batman 89, number 1 and 2. So make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit like, I'm going to cue the intro, and we'll be right back.
MichaelFitzTroytv. Comic book art critiques. Stories told in sarcastic ways. Levels and geeky gaze. 80s comics rule the day. Hurry up and turn that page. Michael Fitz Troy.
Okay, here we are. This is a fun series. I've been pretty excited about this. I think I have like mixed level expectations going in because, it's very cool. One thing that it's Batman 89, so it's, the Tim Burton universe Batman. It's a 6-issue limited series. They're also doing Superman 78 right now. So these are very beloved, adaptions of comic book movies, and we're all very familiar with the material. So, going into it like that, you kind of have mixed expectations because you want it to be good. One of the things that I think definitely has going for it is the art is by Joe Quinones, who is amazing. I mean, look at these covers. These covers look fantastic, and this is sort of like a dream project for him. So I think that was, definitely going to be in favor of the series, at least looking great. And it's written by Sam Hamm, who wrote the script for, the first Batman movie. So there's a lot of things that he was, maybe developing. Like, we're finally getting the development of Billy D. Williams as Harvey Dent becoming Two-Face, which never happened in the movies. So it's kind of cool that we get that. So, these covers are freaking amazing. Like I said, Joe Quinones, he's a great artist, so he definitely nailed these covers. So it's kind of cool. It's very focused on, Harvey Dent. The story is, it's funny, I noticed this is like a Halloween celebration. There's the creepy alien from Mars Attacks, which I just watched for the first time last night. And I have to say, talk about mixed expectations. I expected it to be so much better than it was. I mean, it looked fantastic and the effects were great and things like that. But I don't know, it just wasn't, maybe my expectations were too high. It just somehow missed the mark a little bit for me. Speaking of Tim Burton, right? So one thing that I noticed is kind of funny is that they have, when Batman's in costume, obviously in the movie with Michael Keaton, he doesn't have the white eyeballs, and I thought it was just for, far away shots, but it's kind of all throughout. And it sort of takes me out of it just in the fact that I feel like it would look a little more faithful to the movie if he had the actual eyes instead of the white little Orphan Annie eyes. Oh, there's Superman 78, which I did a video for that as well, if you want to check out my thoughts on that. I think I like the Batman one a little bit better. I have to say I'm pretty much enjoying it. I love so this is obviously after the events of the first film, so it's we have people dressing as Batman and Joker and stuff like that. I mean, that would totally happen in real life, wouldn't it? Speaking of likenesses, now I'm guessing that they had to get certain likenesses, and I don't know how that works on someone who's deceased. They would probably have to get the license from their estate. But this sort of looks like Michael Keaton, but not overly so. So I'm not sure. I definitely feel like that looks more like Billy D. Williams. That kind of threw me off. I was like, oh, wow, that's Michael Keaton. I mean, sometimes he looks more like him than he doesn't, and that's always, the slippery slope of, doing likenesses. I think the Alfred looks great. I mean, I haven't watched Batman in forever and a day, but I think that's pretty much nailed what he looked like. I love this poster for Suicide Squad movie, which, did you guys like the movie? I loved the movie. I thought it was great. But I liked the first one, too, and I thought it was kind of comparable. I know that people are dying and saying, what are you talking about? What's his name? The director, James Gunn, is, the best thing since Orson Welles, and he totally mastered it and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I think GC just needs to get their act together and quit doing these, director's cuts and sideways remakes and rehashes and stuff like that. Just make a brilliant film to begin with. I mean, Marvel's only done it, what, 20 times now? So they also introduce, like, I think they're introducing Robin, which, it's funny because I'm thinking, and I'm not sure, don't quote me, because as I always like to say, it's an opinion, not a doctrine. But I think that they're going more towards what Sam Hamm was going to do rather than what Joel Schumacher did, because they're introducing Marlon Wayans was going to be Robin in the movie, and that didn't happen. And of course, Chris O'Donnell wound up being Robin, and of course that's hugely lamented, even though I love Batman and Robin, and I love Batman Forever. Call me a freak, I don't know, I like bright, shiny, happy superhero movies. I didn't think it was bad until anybody told me it was. Great painted cover from Joe Quinones, I love it. I love how the tributes to Batman creators and past, Bob Kane, of course, Bill Finger, Sam Hamm, Tim Burton. Now, I'm wondering if that's... No, I don't know. I'm not going to guess on that one. But anyway. You know, what I also noticed, this is like Batman 89, but it feels more like it's very driven by Billy D. Williams and Harvey Dent story. So, love Starfire. I think she looks awesome. But see what I mean? Like, I don't know why it's bothering me. You know, it's funny because if his eyes were drawn in real, and I wonder if this was even a question, of course there had to be some sort of consideration for it. But if his eyes were drawn in real, I'd probably not like that. So maybe I'm just being fussy. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it's... I mean, it does look cool. That's what we're used to in a Batman comic book. But do you think... like, they should have tried to stick more to the aesthetic of the movie and had the real-looking eyes in there? What do you think, guys, huh? Inquiring minds want to know. Sam Hamm, writer. Joe Quinones, artist and cover. Leonardo Ito, colorist. And the colors are pretty amazing, I have to say. Art-wise, this book, like, no complaints. Like, this book is a gorgeous book. I think that Joe Quinones, he has a nice aesthetic. You know, I feel like when there's likenesses to be had, he's pretty much nailing it. So he's doing a good job. I mean, that's giving me a little bit of Marlon Wayans there. This is supposed to be the Marlon Wayans Robin. And I do like this story. I also like it kind of addresses vigilantism versus philanthropy, and so there's certain social issues going on, but I don't feel like it's beating you over the head with it, like it's not taking me out of the story. And I feel like little things like that are definite, like homage to Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns. Here's an ad for a new Aquaman miniseries. It feels like they're doing a lot of miniseries, written by Brandon Thomas and art by Diego Olortegui. Forgive the pronunciation on that. But that looks really cool. I like that art. I think it's, you know, people are probably gagging a blonde. I was going to say a blonde Aquaman. But Aquaman is blonde. I'm sorry, Jason Momoa. He just is. So maybe that's why I like it. But the art looks cool. Anyway, OC. This is funny. He's got like this high school jacket. And it's got like, it definitely looks like Robin colors there. So that was kind of our tip-off, you know, clever like that. See what I'm saying? Isn't that total? I mean, we all know that face from Batman The Dark Knight Returns, correct? The funny thing is when they adapt, like when it's a movie version of, when it's a comic book version of a comic book movie, if that makes any sense, it's kind of funny because to see things that they have, like changes they have to make for the movie, you know, like this is a very typical, like, oh, I'm starting to become a vigilante and there's my hood. Although, I think his name is Drake, so I'm thinking this is like the Tim Drake Robin. So we don't know where Dick Grayson is in the grand scheme of things here. If he's still coming, I mean, who knows? This is a 6-issue limited series. I hope they do more. I think there's definitely room for more stories, and hopefully they would get Sam Hamm to write it, because I'm enjoying this story a lot. And even more so than the Superman one, I think. Like, I think I would definitely pick up the next issue, and I'm so glad Catwoman's in here, and she looks pretty good. I have to say, like, they did change the costume a little. I don't know why, the thigh-high boots. I think they should have just left it the way it was in the movie, because I think it looks cooler the other way, to be honest with you. But I guess maybe he just wanted to put his own stamp on it or something, who knows. But I'm not going to complain, because it's drawn very well, and it does look good. So are you guys excited about this series like I am? I mean, I think it's pretty cool. You know, Batman was one of the, gosh, 32 years ago. So that's kind of a long time. But, you know, it was what we had. One of the greatest superhero movies, in my opinion. I love Batman. Tim Burton's Batman. Who doesn't? So I think this was definitely a fun series. I'm looking forward to see how it plays out. I'm definitely looking forward to following it. I recommend it. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Please subscribe to my channel. Hit like, share my content, and I'll bring you some more later. All right, thanks, guys.